Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision coming to you live from Quattro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement. It's good to be back after a few weeks of just watching death and horror and really ugly charts. Um, does this market make me look fat? That's the title of our stream tonight. Does this market make me look fat? We've got our one and only Crypto Cat in the house. Good evening. Proof of life. Yes, it is proof of life. We've got a couple things to go over tonight. Nothing huge or groundbreaking, obviously, other than the price of dark matter going down all the way to like 40 cents area. I mean, wow. And actually, some other updates on who's holding how many NFTs and some updates about what it takes to be in the top 50 holders of dark matter. It's changed dramatically with the price, which is kind of interesting because I think a lot of you guys are secretly snatching some up every pay period or every time you guys get a little bit of crypto money. And yeah, it's changed dramatically, like 6x of what it used to be on the top one. I did share this in Twitter. We are streaming on Twitter. We're streaming on YouTube. And we're streaming on Twitch to the one bot that usually chats with us at some point during that time. Since I've been here last with you guys, we've had a lottery payout. In fact, the stream address won a few of those lotteries, which is pretty cool. Another huge development, which I don't think I've covered since the minting, was that the mystery box did not participate in Journey 9. So usually you have about 20 or 30% of the NFTs owned by the mystery box where it uses them in giveaways and contests. And this time it did set some up for mint for the Pink Miss Well deal, but it did not set any up for itself. So if we ever get back to scraping the evil address and nuking the evil address's supply, then that puts the people that minted in Journey 9 in very, very good standing as far as the lotteries and as far as the yield from the treasury. Because don't forget, I mean, the yield is still going there. And even though we've had someone dumping literally I think tens of thousands of dark on the market, those tens of thousands have gone from the treasury, because that's where all of the dark is accumulating right now, and it's moved into moving into the LP, which is still in that same percentage that we were counting before, to where we only have like 2.6, 2.7% not accounted for. Now it's pretty interesting. They're out of. No, I take that back. I guess some of that's gone out into the top 50 holders. We'll get into that just a little bit. But other than that, I do want to wish you guys. I'm pretty sure I came in and wished you happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas. This week it's going to be a fun one. Had several birthdays in the family and work, and honestly, seeing the market get pummeled and a lot of people just disappear. I definitely don't want you guys to think by any stretch of the imagination that I'm abandoning this project in any way, shape, or form, because I don't think I could. Even really, no matter what happens to the price of dark, I'm going to see this thing out to the end, and I'm going to enjoy that journey with each and every one of you. We've got 18 people watching. We still have some ride or dies in the house. This is Fight Club. And I watched a very, very interesting stream by your friend Sami. And in that stream, Sami took the network effect, the Metcalfe's law of Dogecoin, and he showed how the Dogecoin price was directly tied to the Dogecoin community or number of holders. And then he showed that on Bitcoin as well. And it looks like actually Dogecoin has outperformed Bitcoin. No one's talking about that. And I mean, yeah, Doge is something that is very, very important in crypto, and that is community. Like, they were having fun. They were sponsoring NASCARs. They were having dance parties in the streets of cities, just meeting up. They had a bunch of meetups before meetups were really a thing outside of Bitcoin. And that goes to show that if you have the right community, you can have the right money, because all it is a shared fiction in your community, right? Shout out to the bear. We're still very deep in the bear market. So we give homage and we pay respect to the bear. We've got Hugh Miartree. I'm going to say Miartree. Let me know if that's right. The man, the myth, the legend. Hello, Anti-Gravity family. Hello. Hex Glenn, another legend, another ride or die, born in the wool of Anti-Gravity. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see all of you guys. Like I said, I feel guilty for not streaming as much as I should have. I feel guilty for still having some giveaways to send out to you guys. I need to update some points on the art contest and things of that nature. And I definitely want to get back into the book, because I feel like, just like Richard Hart is working on ProveX and some other things during this lull, during this delay in the bull cycle, I believe close. Miartree. Oh, Maitri. Is it Maitri or Maitri? It looks like Maitri. I'll say Hugh Maitri. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hugh, for giving me some help there in the comments. Appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I definitely need to catch you guys up on some points and things of that nature. And the book, that's what I was saying, was it just like Richard Hart is taking this moment to create more privacy and flexibility and on-ramps and off-ramps, not just into crypto, but into Pulse Chain. I think this is a great time for us to work on the story and to bring to light some of the stuff that has happened in the last 6 months, especially in this game theory that we've seen. Another thing I need to do, if I can, very quickly, and I'm going to try my best to do this. A lot of people have given feedback about anti-gravity and dark matter, and their feedback is that it is too damn complicated. There's too many moving parts. There's too much going on. I can't wrap my head around it. And this is also something that's some feedback that our buddies at Dr. Doge have gotten. And so Dr. Doge, they reached out and said, hey, could you do us a favor on your next stream and try to summarize and try to simplify dark matter, anti-gravity? And I think I can. I think I can. I know that I get lost in the weeds. I know I have ADD. I know that I get a little excited about this stuff. But I'm going to try really hard to kind of break this down for someone who is not part of the community, that hasn't listened to 4 years worth of streams. For someone who's not familiar with Hex and its Pumpamentals, or familiar with WhatsApp. There's a bunch of projects that we took inspiration from and tied together. And so without knowing what those are, how would you describe anti-gravity and dark matter to someone that's might kind of know, a little bit about crypto, and that's about it. Like, they just know that crypto is a money that lives on computers instead of inside of banks, and hopefully it's controlled by algorithms and computer code and software, rather than human beings. Because, as we all know, you can't really trust human beings with money. Not very often. Every time, 99.999% of the time, when people have been trusted with money, they've taken it and they've ran away. And so I think that's why we're all here for crypto, is because if you get the right code, the right software, then you don't have to trust a human being. You can trust a code. And as the code gets better, we can do more complicated stuff. Bitcoin was the first that you could mine it and you could send it. Those were basically its two features. Those are basically still its two features. There's other stuff built on top of it. There's stuff built next to it, but Bitcoin's really good for two things. And it claims to be good for a third thing, and I would argue that. But the two things it's good for, is it can be mined and it can be sent to someone. And for now, when you send it to someone, the thing that it claims that you can trust that only one person has a copy of that Bitcoin. It also claims that it's scarce, meaning it claims that there will only be 21 million Bitcoin in existence ever, right? And if we're going to have to wait a really long time, we're going to wait. It's going to be after I'm dead to till we find out if it sticks to the 21 million or if they just change the code. And this is like 2140 is when the last significant amount of Bitcoin is supposed to be mined. So there again, we started with a coin that could be mined and it could be sent. And within relative trust, you could believe that Bitcoin was not being double spent, meaning I wasn't sending Bitcoin to a wild SJ who just appeared. And I wouldn't be sending Bitcoin to Elizabeth Mack, who says good evening. So I can only send it to one person, and that's the whole idea of the blockchain, right? Is it's trying to keep track of, it's just keeping track of the ledger. That's it. Wireless just says, watching on my drive home, how to get to the beach today, watch the sunset. That is wonderful. I'm glad you had that moment with yourself or possibly other friends. And thank you for sharing that. That's why I'm friends with SJ. She not only touches grass, she watches sunsets. Hugh Matry says, talking about complicated, could you dumb down the rules for the Pink Miss Well deal and the silent auction? If we lose, do we still lose our bid? Is there a leaderboard that we can watch to see what happens the top bid is at? Great questions. We will get to that as well. And then, of course, believe in yourselves in the house saying, hey, Max and crew. I think the poem encapsulates the cryptosphere now. Yeah, it really does. Really does. So going back to what I was saying, first thing we could do was mine and send Bitcoin. And then Ethereum came out, Turing Complete, where you could do yes, no, if, then. So basically, it was like a switch to where you could add a little bit of basic coding to Ethereum. And that went really, really well. People got really excited about that until there was a huge DAO hack. And basically someone twisted the code. They lost an insane amount of money. People were threatening to sue each other. And Ethereum forked into Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. So as you see, every time we try to do something a little more complicated on chain with the code and the money, the software and the money, it's difficult, and there's risk, and there's mistakes and there's hacks and people lose money. That's part of this bleeding edge technology. And then you have Richard Hart, who was able to pull off simulated compound interest on the blockchain, where basically you locked up your money or your tokens for a certain amount of time, and you were paid, you were rewarded with interest or inflation of that token. And that's gone very well, very, very well, since it was launched. Oh shit, 6 years ago? Was it 6 years? No. Do we just have? No, I think we did. I think it is 6 years ago. And granted, I mean, that Hex took a couple of years for it to be developed and launched. So, I mean, good things take time. Anti-gravity took the better part of 4 years, give or take, working on it and trying to flesh it out. And so here we go. This is me trying to explain anti-gravity. I wouldn't call this an elevator pitch unless we're riding a very high elevator. but a very dumbed down, very simplified version of anti-gravity. So anti-gravity takes a fixed number or a fixed supply of tokens, meaning the token will never inflate. There will never be more dark matter tokens. It started with 1 million. There will never be more than 1 million. So you don't have to wait till 2140 to find out if the inflation works or not. It's either going to work or it doesn't. And right now it's working just fine. There's less than 1 million dark matter. Now, this dark matter, everyone wants to know, what can I do with it? The thing that makes dark matter special is that you can trade one dark matter for one of our NFTs. So every time you take one dark matter, you can mint one NFT when that minting is available. And when you mint one dark matter token into one NFT, that one dark matter is to split up into 3 places. It goes to fund a treasury, a lottery, and a team tax. So 77% of it goes to the treasury, which gets paid back out into the NFTs. The 20% goes into the lottery, which people win during that journey or during that cycle, during that series. And then 3% goes back to the team, which is the mystery box. And the mystery box usually uses this economic energy to reward participants in the ecosystem and to provide liquidity on liquidity pairs. So that's the basic overview of dark matter. There's about 1 million of them. You can use them when the window opens to mint an NFT. When you mint the NFT, it funds a treasury, a lottery, and some of the development or supports the project, 3%. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Like that, if you just knew that, then you could say, okay, well, maybe I want to mint these NFTs because these NFTs fill back up with dark, like a piggy bank. Maybe I'll get lucky. I'm a degen. I'm in crypto. I like to gamble. I'll see if I can get lucky and win more than a dark back in the lottery. And a lot of people have won those. And so that's basically the whole. That's the very, very dumbed down, simple version of anti-gravity and dark matter. Now, each one of those rabbit holes is its own network. So it's a lot. There's a lot more to it than that. But if you just basically wanted to understand what dark matter was, what anti-gravity was, it's a game where you can try to win the lottery. You can try to have the fattest piggy bank over other people. You compete with your piggy bank. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it right there. Now, everything that's built into dark matter anti-gravity project is designed to create scarcity, because it seems as though the idea of scarcity is really the only fundamental that Bitcoin has. And Bitcoin has done, Jiminy Christmas, 60 million, 125 million X, something like that, something insane. It's basically went from being pennies to dollars to thousands of dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars so far. I still think that it's going to pump higher. This bull run, I think, has been delayed. A lot of people are saying we missed the bus. I'm saying I think that the bus has been delayed. We got Red Ray, bright light in here, bro. What's up? Still dark matter, mastering it up. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So that's it in a nutshell. Now, there's a lot more stuff going on. There's an art contest. There's a story. There's a collective, like a group, an online and in real life group of that you can play and rank up inside that group by doing benefits that benefit the community and benefit the project. And you can win real world swag, like, stickers and t-shirts and pins and patches and cool stuff. So that's kind of the fun, like the icing on the cake. But the cake itself is basically saying we're going to take 1 million tokens. Over time, almost all of them are going to end up in the treasury. And then they're going to get locked into NFTs. And then it's a game of chicken. who's going to break open their piggy bank first. Now, that brings us to our friend DC41, 6DC41. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Thanks, Red Ray. That brings us to our friend DC41, also known as a No Permissions Ambassador. Mr. Randy Hilarski is one of his doxed addresses, that has to do with his project No Permissions coin. And let me actually share this with you guys. I want to share this right here because he has been the person redistributing the wealth, to say the least. He has single-handedly kicked the price of dark right in between the legs. As you can see, this is just some of his sells recently on the hex and dark pair right here. You can see when he wakes up, you can see when he goes to sleep. And honestly, as difficult as it is to see people sell a token that you care about, obviously we all want the price to go up, and that happens when you have more buyers and sellers. So right here we have a lot of sells going down, a few hundred or a few thousand a day, just going through. Like December 4th, he was a busy boy. December 2nd, just a lot of these, he sold the price all the way down below 40 cents. 38 cents is what he got for this last chunk right here. And the truth is, like, if you were to go to the list of dark matter right here, let me zoom this in a bit so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. If you zoom this in and then you did the Control F right here where you get a search for DC41, there's no address. So he doesn't have any liquid dark in that address. What he's been doing is he had, oh my gosh, I want to say he had like 35,000, maybe more, 45,000 of the NFTs. So let's take a look at the NFTs here on Pulse Chain Scan. And as you can see, right now, as the last time that this site was indexed or updated, it says there's 350,000 total fuel cells right here, and about 2,023 holders. Wow, like two more holders will be 2025, and then 3 more will be 2026. Happy New Year's. So check this out. We've got the evil address sitting on 60,000 right now. The evil address has been nuked of hundreds of thousands of NFTs, which have gone back into the treasury, and really, and some of those have gone to the mystery box or the collective. But basically, it's been giving up its right for all this yield from the treasury. And then, of course, you got the mystery box with 53,000. You've got Pink Miswell at 44,000, almost 45,000. And then you got a daughter address. Like, so a bunch of these are mystery box daughter addresses where it was minting to basically protect people from dumpage, which is what is happening right now. And then if we scroll all the way down here to DC41 right here, DC41 has 3,380. So knowing that most of these tokens, most of these NFTs are minted in Journey 1 through 4, I think actually 1 through 3 mostly. You can tell if you go to our website, Anti-Gravity, and we go down here to the NFTs. Right now, every time someone vaporizes a Journey 1, the first series of NFTs, they get almost 1.2 dark that they'll get out of that piggy bank. It goes right into their wallet, and they can sell it, they can dump it, they can put it on OX Bistro, they can provide liquidity, they can do whatever they want with it. They can remint into some future mintings as well. And then, of course, Journey 2 has amassed almost its full dark back. Journey 3 only has 0.67. Now, if you were to wait an additional like 18 days, I believe, you would get paid the payment after Journey 9 is finished. So protected dark after Journey 9 it looks like you're going to go up to 1.5 dark Journey 1, 1 full dark for Journey 2, and 0.911. Never forget in Journey 3, and so forth. And then look at this, Journey 5 is all the way up to 1.27. It's the second highest paying yield because there were so few people minting in Journey 5 after we lost some of the tools that we were using on Pulse Chain. So you'll see these ones are bumping up pretty quick. 5, 6, and 7 are bumping up pretty quick. 8 and 9, these could change very dramatically and drastically depending on what goes down after Christmas. And we'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, basically here's how it breaks down. There's still 41,847 in Journey 8, and then 35,260 in Journey 9. Now remember, when we were looking over here at the evil address was sitting on 60,000, right? Almost 61,000. Those 61,000 are in Journeys 7 and 8. Sorry, 8 and 9. They're in Journeys 8 and 9. So if you were to take 60,000 out of this 41,000 and 35,000, these people would be sitting on some pretty fat rewards, right? So think about that. I mean, like if you, and it's very difficult right now to buy Journey 8 and Journey 9s. I don't think there's any of them on sale at Mintra. I don't think there's any for sale on Pulse Market app. I mean, Pulse Market app really just isn't pulling up much information right now. But in either way, yeah, it's hard to get your hands on those if you did not mint them. The best way is to win some prizes and contests here with us. So going back to what I was saying, like obviously he's redistributing his dark here. And this is what's kind of insane in the membrane, insane in the brain, is out of this 1,639 holders. Now, remember, there used to be like, I want to say 20, shoot, I need to go in the Wayback Machine and see what it was. It was well over 2,000 holders. You can see a lot of them are getting nuked. A lot of them are going onto the market there. And there's a lot of, probably a lot of airdrop recipients that are disappearing that received 2 of the first NFT when we did our airdrop, which I thought was pretty dang cool. One of the first airdrops I've ever seen where people would get a token and an NFT both. Very, very proud of that. But as you look right here, the top 50 addresses, you used to only need like 100 to be here. Wait a minute. Why is this at 115? I swear this was at 600. Maybe I got this confused with the NFTs. Let's see here. Yeah, no, maybe. No, I swear that was that one. Maybe I got it confused with Pink Mistwell. Was it Pink Mistwell I got it confused with? Yeah, okay, so Pink Mistwell, you still need like 700 Pink Mistwell tokens to get on the front page of Pink Mistwell. And I'll get into the Pink Mistwell deal in just one second. Yeah, this is bananas. A huge amount is in the hands of the Pink Mistwell and liquidation. I mean, just in Pink Mistwell and LP, the locked LP and the Pink Mistwell and dark LP. Let's see, that's 34. Yeah, 77% is in the top 3 addresses, 2 of which are just LP, just smart. One's a smart contract that's locked. One is one that's tying dark and Pink Mistwell together. You know, and then this person right here with like 9%, I believe that's the founding address that created on Pump.Tires. And then, of course, this person with 5%, this is the mystery address, which is sitting on a bunch of Pink Mistwell, keeping it off the market as well. So going back to Pulse Dark Matter, as you can see, if you have 100 dark right now, 115 dark, you're on the first page. 115 dark, let's see what that is. Yeah, 115 times 40 cents. It's going to cost you $46 to be one of the top 50 holders of dark in the universe. And as I said earlier, everything that's wrapped up in this game and these tokenomics is designed to make it the most scarce token that's ever existed. In fact, let's add another layer to this. If you guys already appreciated and enjoyed the elevator pitch of what dark matter is, you have 33 chances to mint your dark matter token into an NFT. And every time every chance that shows up, every cycle receives 10% less yield from the treasury to split amongst themselves. So that's why there's only 33, because once you get to 33, it's like it's breadcrumbs at the end. However, we have something called the evil address, which you can see evil up here at the top of our homepage. And this evil address right here has started out with 65% of those million tokens. And it is a smart contract that is programmed to mint all 33 of these journeys. And what's going to happen at the end of the 33 journeys is any dark matter token out of those million that is not being used, like it's not already in a treasury or the NFTs or jackpot or liquidity providing, let's say, they're going to be destroyed forever. So there will be a day in about 3 years from now when we have hit our 33rd chance to mint. And once we hit that 33rd chance to mint, there will be a day or two, depending on how the code works, where the circulating supply outside of LP was going to be zero. There's not, out of all these wallets right here, some of them have thousands, some of them have hundreds, many of them have two dark matter tokens. Every single one of these wallets will have a chance to use it or lose it, either by minting or providing liquidity or something of that to that effect. And that's going to have that should have a very dramatic effect on the price. It could spike it into places we've never seen before. It could also, drop it to nothing for a minute. I don't know. No one's done a nuke of their entire supply that's not locked up inside of a game. I think it's a little bit brilliant. I think it's a little bit insane. But either way, it's going to be interesting, folks. It's going to be really, really interesting. All right. Now, before I get into the Peak Miss Well deal, let's go over here to Twitter. If you're not in Twitter, you're not in communities, you're not in the collective, what are you even doing with your life? We have 78 members. That's up 3 from a while back. There's 73 members. Look at this. We got Hex T. Sorry, it probably goes by something else now, but you got Hex T. You got Smo Spiders. You got someone smoking a cigarette. I got to figure out who that one is. Pulse Ray Vision. That's me. And Dawn, the hexiest man on earth, right there. And as you can see, we have these art contests going on right now where Sykes CJ69 is sitting at 13 votes on this short clip. He's sitting on 10 votes for this short clip for the art contest. You got this clip right here, which has 9 votes. You got Elizabeth Machado just killing it right here with 18 votes with this. I find it beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The symmetry and the polarity behind these guys, anti-gravity. I like the way that she placed the logos. She put the J9 real secret there in the nest of the crystals. I love it. I love it. And 18 votes is great. And then of course this poem right here by CryptoCat. It's if you haven't heard it, read it. It really makes you pause in your tracks and think pretty deeply about what's going on. Of course, you got 666, which 6 is Saturn is the 6th planet from the sun. 6 is also the number of time, destroyer of everything. So I love the statement and the meaning behind this poem right here. It's only at 13 votes, which I think is a crime. I think it should be up here with at least with Elizabeth's. And then of course you got let's see here. we have this really cool video. This is 11 votes for loving that. Checking that out. That's BitBoy Leroy, the 6-limbed chimpanzee in our book, Rings of Dust. For those of you that are new here, which I don't think there's anyone new here, we have a book, Rings of Dust, which is a sci-fi book that kind of gives you a story to go along with what's going on here in our game. And it's also where a lot of people are taking their inspiration for the art. And so, yeah, it's one of the coolest things. Every single one of our pieces of art, which usually I show you guys our amazing art here in Pulse Market app. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's pulling up the metadata and the picture. So we'll have to check on that. But yeah, we have some beautiful, beautiful pieces of art in Journeys 1 through 9 so far. We are going to have 22 more pieces of art. And one of them is going to come from this contest right here. Yeah. Yeah. And then Pulsewave Vibe has a short clip here.
Dark matter.
Do you have enough dark? Senior Technician 0x369, ready for launch. Roger that, 0x369.
You are cleared for liftoff. This is Anti-Gravity Project.
Dark matter.
Journey 9.
Do you have enough dark?
Trippy, beautiful. I love how they play with the crystals and pulse chain and some of the other icons here. I love these very beautiful crystals growing out of there. Good stuff. That one is sitting at 14 votes. So it is right up there. Got 1 vote over the poem and 4 votes lower than Elizabeth. Elizabeth is doing her thing. I hope she gets every one of her friends and neighbors and relatives to join Twitter and the collective, much like Hex T did when he won. He was definitely doing some campaigning. So I love the campaigning. I love seeing our group grow. But yeah, get in here and vote for these, please. That would be great. Now, with that being said, let me pull up another window here and see if I can find the spreadsheet for the Pink Miss Well drill. So right now the Pink Miss Well deal is, instead of having people just get a certain deal on NFTs for Pink Miss Well, so basically what you do is you send Pink Miss Well to the Pink Miss Well address. So you're going to take this right here. You're going to take this token that ends in 33B872. You're going to send it to this address that ends in 8F8090. And we can see that on blockchain, obviously. And so if we look right here at this Pink Miss Well sheet right here that's being kept by our sexy secretary, you can see that we have 55 EC29 that bid 1,111,111 Pink Miss Well. And then you have someone here, 85 6B 5A, who has edged them out by doing 1.2 million. Now, if 55 EC29 wants to take the lead again, it doesn't have to bid 1.2 million or more, or well, more than 1.2 million again. It can just send more Pink Miss Well to try to edge out 56 B5A. So for instance, if this first address, EC29, were to send 200,000 Pink Miss Well to the Pink Miss Well address, it would be at 1.3, and it would be beating this 1.2 bid. Now, this I guess it is kind of like a silent auction, and it goes until the next minting phase. The next minting phase of anti-gravity, of course, if we go to minting at agproject.io, the next minting phase is in 0 hours and 0 minutes. That's interesting. Let's see here. Oh, it looks like we've got our counters down right here. So it's not reading the blockchain or the timer right now. But if it did, I believe there's about 4.5 days till Christmas. Christmas is our next lottery that we're going to have. And then it's going to be 11 or 12 days after that. So we're looking at 16, 17 days until the next minting phase. Right here, minting. I might just have to refresh this. But either way, like I said, once you can mint the next journeys, which is going to be journey 10, then this deal is going to be over. Like you just have about 15 days, and you don't receive any of these back. If you don't win the bid, the risk of this is that these 1.111111, these Pink Mist Well are going to be with the Pink Mist Well forever. This 1.2 million are also going to be with Pink Mist Well forever. However, if you look at the price of Pink Mist Well right now, you will see it's really not that much money for 1 million of these. It's $29 to buy 1 million Pink Mist Well right now, plus a little slippage. There's 28K market cap, so a $30 buy is not really going to move this. That makes push it against you very far. Liquidity, sorry, 9K liquidity, 28K market cap. So yeah, this isn't going to move it too far. But as you can see, I mean, it's insane how far we've gone up and how far we've come down, just like most of Pulse Chain. So yeah, you can send that in there, and the winner gets. Let me pull up my right here. I'm gonna go to anti-gravity general. So like I said, whoever sends the most Pink Mist Well tokens to the Pink Mist Well between now and then will receive 100 unscraped J9 fuels. So that's 100 lottery tickets, and then 30 dark matter tokens. So that's 30 dark matter tokens right now, I believe. I believe that's $12, right? I don't know. It's not a lot. It's hang on. Yeah, it's $12 of dark matter tokens. So you're going to get some of that Pink Mist Well back. But I figured this was a lot funner than these other deals that we've done before, where it's like, if you the first 20 that send 1 million get this crazy deal, then the next 20 get this deal. I figured let's just get crazy right now, as the price of everything is so far down. Winner takes all. Winner takes 100 J9s and 30 dark. So that's what's going on with that. Let's check. Obviously, folding at home. I had to pause my folding at home for Dr. Doge. I am a good boy. I am a Dr. Doge thousandaire in that wallet, and so us and Dr. Doge are looking at doing some fun liquidity stuff. Look for that. I'll be announcing that when I get around to it, like a lot of things that are kind of on the back burner. Old man Bitcoin right here. People are saying that this is the top, right? People are dumping a bunch of Bitcoin and getting ready for the decline, saying that, the peak of this wave was the 122, 125, right? I don't believe it is. I believe that Bitcoin has one or two more pumps simply because there's so many more people that are aware of it now. And there's been so much money printing in the US that the fact that this is $88,000, I mean, it should be much, much higher based on the fact that there's an insane amount more dollars than Bitcoin right now. Way, way, way more. I think they 20x'd the dollar supply. So for that reason, I believe that this is a delay. Like we should peak, 4 years after this thing in 2021. November 2021, here we are, December 2025. That's the 4-year cycle that used to rhyme pretty well You could bet on the 4-year cycle and do pretty good. However, right now, I think it's getting longer. I think it could be 4.5, 5 years. And so I think there is definitely some more pumpage going on in Bitcoin. And then I think that it's going to be Ethereum's turn. As you see, here's the last 4-year cycle for Ethereum. It went from, $1,000 right here, give or take, maybe a little more, $1,200 to 4,700 basically. So yeah, did like about a 4x, give or take, from there to there. If it does a 2x or a 3x, you're looking at $9,000 to $13,000 Ethereum, which obviously we have not hit. We barely touched previous highs right here on when was that? On August 23rd. It was right there. It broke all-time high on August 23rd. And as you see, these are not Bart Simpson heads. These are like jagged Rocky Mountains or shark teeth right here. And I think there's an insane amount of manipulation going on right now, just like there was in Bitcoin in the last cycle. So I don't know, but we're waiting for we in Pulse Chain and Anti-Gravity are waiting for what's called the altcoin season. And I know that I may have just jinxed us. Please forgive me, Salmi, for saying those words. But I do think that, we're waiting for that. That usually happens after Ethereum's pump. So it usually goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins. Altcoins are basically anything that's not Ethereum and Bitcoin. And so, yeah, we're looking for that. And so we were really disappointed in 2025 because we were really hoping that we would be starting our run right now. But as you can see, Bitcoin has neither confirmed nor denied its wave. And so we need to wait to see what happens here. A lot of talk about interest rates dropping in Q2 and other things going on, some money printing, some more of that sweet money printing. And that could, pump stocks. Then the stocks money goes into more degenerate assets like crypto. So yeah, we're going to wait to see. I mean, I don't think many people thought that the economy would suck this bad this long. And we definitely didn't think crypto was going to suck this bad this long. And so for those of you that are still here, we are definitely people of conviction, to say, nothing less. Okay, cool. So that was about it. That's kind of almost all the stuff on the boomers. Check out squirrels.pro. Nuts, Codex, Squirrels, Logos, Sentinel is something really cool that he's putting together. Seed, and I believe he even has been working on an NFT viewer, which seems to be working a lot better than what we got going on here. I think it's Codex. So if we go to Codex right here, this is another way you can check the Pink Miss Well deal, is you can put that address in here. Here's this address right here. And as you see, we got $9 of Pulse, $7 of X, and $7 of sweet Dr. Doge. But if we come down here and check out our NFTs, here's our anti-gravity NFTs, our fuel cells, which are the ones that I know you would think that anti-gravity would be the one, but it's the fuel cell is what ours call. And we're going to expand this one right here. Let's view these ERC20s and see if it pulls them up. It's not liking this gateway right now, so we might have to wait for that one. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. We got our transactions going on here, which is basically payments of Dr. Doge, 2 Dr. Doge, 7 Dr. Doge, 9, 5, 8. Just killing the Dr. Doge game, saving humanity. By the way, like if you look at the projects right now, we have Alzheimer's, unspecified, influenza. So like this is one that I was folding earlier. This is talking about antigens, antibodies, process called an affinity maturation, where they pick up mutations that help them increase their affinity to the antigen. So basically, this is like the flu interacting with the flu shot, and it's talking about checking these, simulating how these different mature antibody and naive antibodies bind to the receptors of the binding site on the influenza hemagglutinin protein. I don't know what that means. All I know is that I'm curing flu. I'm curing flu, right? Something here to do with HIV. So that's helpful, the HIV protein. So we're just saving humanity, mining these less than penny tokens one at a time. And I'll hit fold all when I go to bed and just let this thing keep cranking. This is honestly the most fun I've had mining since I've been in crypto. I never did mine Bitcoin back in the day. I just ran a node, but this is going to be a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see here. Do I still? Oh, I am sharing my screen still. That's good. Okay, so let's take that off right there. And we'll put me back up here with my cute little hat, my cute little face. All right. So thank you so much for those of you joining us and understanding a little bit more about anti-gravity, understanding where we're going. I would keep an eye on 0x Bistro if you guys are looking at picking up some dark matter. The mystery box has not sold any dark up to this point, but it's gotten to the point right now where some of the services that the website uses, like AWS and some of the backend and subgraphs, they require these subscriptions. And up to this point, it was pretty much self-sustained. However, as in this economy, the $50 to $300 it costs a month to keep the website up and running and talking to PulseChain is quite a bit of money. And so we may see, if you guys keep checking out 0x Bistro, you might see a discount on dark on OX Bistro. And that money, if you see it, is going to keeping the site up and running and possibly paying for a couple of developments that we've been trying to bring to you guys to make this game a lot more fun and give you guys some more keys to success and winning. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye on a 0x Bistro. And yeah, stay amazing. You guys are. Remember, you guys matter. You guys matter to me. Let me just say that. You guys matter to me. What you do matters. We all have insane value, a lot more value than I think that we're aware of in this life. And I want you guys to know that when you're feeling alone, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad, depressed, anxious, scared, any of those heavy emotions, just try to remember that you're actually energy, pure, beautiful, perfect energy. And right now you're experiencing a mind and a body and feelings, but at your very essence, you're just pure energy. That's all that any of us are. And you're perfect just the way you are. So next time you're feeling overwhelmed or, sad, lonely, whatever, just remember that. Remember that you are beautiful, you're perfect, you're energy, and that, in my humble opinion, this isn't science or backed up at all, but in my humble opinion, everything that we experience on this earth is something that we designed ourselves somewhere from another place, another time, another realm. If you guys want to get really hippy dippy, I think we chose everything on this earth. It's one of the only explanations to me that makes sense and follows logic, which, logic is it's just this thing that my brain does. So I don't know if I should trust it. But at the same time, it feels like even the worst, most horrible experiences that we have in this life are something that we signed up for, because we really wanted this really intense, beautiful experience. And there's beauty in everything. There's beauty in pain. There's beauty in disappointment. There's beauty in frustration. There's beauty in anger and rage. Remember, you can always find beauty in whatever you're going through. And I think that that's the purpose of this, of what we're doing right here, the matrix, the life, the default, whatever you want to call it. I think that when we look back at this life, whether reincarnation's a thing, or whether the Mormons are right and we're all going to go get our own planet after this, I think all of us, or whatever we are, essence, this energy that we are, I think the energy is going to look back at everything that happened in this experience with immense gratitude and love. Because as you've heard people that go to other places and come back with the help of near-death experiences or certain substances and medicines, the same thing they all say when they come back and experience, they dip their toe or step foot outside of this experience, they all come back and say it's all love. It's all love. So I hope during this time, if you're alone, if you're, it is a very stressful time of the year. The economy sucks. The economy sucks ever. I was talking to my UPS driver, and my UPS driver is usually out till like 11 o'clock at night, midnight, getting all the packages delivered around Christmas time. And he's like, no, man, I've been home at like 8, 7, 8. He is this, it's different. This economy is different. People are really struggling. And, my heart goes out to you guys. I feel it too. And just remember that even though this is a little uncomfortable and painful and intense, I believe we're going to look back and really love and appreciate these experiences. So I know that's a perspective that's hard to have when you're going through the shit. But if you can remember that, or if this helps anyone at this time, and that's all I can hope for. So again, thanks guys. I love you. Thank you, Max. You bet. I love your streams, man. Thank you, Hugh. There's more to this life than we can understand. That is for sure. Hex Glenn. Love your outro speeches. Are my favorite. Good. I'm glad. And more love from Hex Glenn. So guys, I love you. And I will see you on the next stream. I'm going to try to stream more. Even if I haven't done my homework, my housekeeping, even if I haven't mailed out my t-shirts and stickers, because usually I just feel guilty if I come on here and I don't have something to give to you guys. I feel guilty. I'm like, oh, I feel like I can't show up empty-handed to you guys, but I know that's not true. I know that you guys enjoy getting together here and learning more about what's going on, what's going through my mind. I know as a founder, the thing that I love the very most about Hex were the 8-hour streams from Richard Hart, because I was trying to get inside the mind of the founder and what he was going to do and how he was going to pivot. And so I try my best to share that with you guys. And I know that you guys, sometimes you just want to say hi, maybe hear a dad joke. And I really appreciate about that, you guys. And I need to get over myself and get over my own selfishness and guilt and shame or whatever, and fear, and just jump up here, even if it's for a few minutes, and say hi and check that out. Again, Lottery 2 is going down on Christmas Day. I wish I had programmed the project to do that. I really didn't, but that's going to go on Christmas, and we're just going to keep working and building in the background. And I'm going to try to finish the book so it doesn't suck at the second half. The first half is a great book. It really is a great book. I would put it up there against any sci-fi on the top, New York sellers best list right now. That the second half it needs love, it needs attention, it needs creativity, and I think we can bring that to it. So love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao.